This is the first of 3 screencast videos intended to show you around D2L so that you can get to the content that you need and get to the places that you need for this class. We'll look at 3 separate sections in these videos. This one is going to deal with the content section. Before I get there, I want to call to your attention the course number. It'll say COM 205 and then it'll have BC 253 and COM 410 in parentheses. Depending on what you signed up for, it doesn't really matter. This course is cross-listed. It's the same course in COM 205, 253, and 410, so don't really worry about that. So let's go to the first section and the most important section for this summer online class, and that is content. When you click on it, you should be familiar with this. The first section here that we're looking at is the orientation section. The link to the playlist on YouTube will be put right here. It'll be a little bit different than what's showing right here, right now, but the orientation section will be here throughout the entire course. Sometime during week 1, I will move it down to the bottom of the list. It will always be there, so you can click on it, gain access to the list, the playlist on YouTube, and be able to watch any video that you might need. So if you need to watch a video about the forum discussion section, you'll be able to go back and do that. The next section will be syllabus, and this will always remain at the top. Once orientation moves down to the bottom, syllabus will always remain at the top. And when you click on the syllabus, it will open up in a new tab or in a new window, depending on how your computer is set up, a view-only version of the class syllabus. You can take this syllabus and you can close that outline box if you want. You can go to File and you can download it as a Word document, a PDF, whatever it might be, if you want to download a version of it to your own computer, or you can just leave it there and you can always come back to it. And right now, again, it's a view-only document. So let's close that and go back to the course syllabus. When we go back to the content section, this is what is going to happen now. Each week, after the syllabus is at the top, the 6 weeks of the semester will be right here. And the current week that we will be in at any given time will always be at the top. So again, once week 1 is over, I'll move week 1 down to the bottom of the list. All of the materials will still be there in case you want to go back, but everything will be there. And each week is pretty much organized the same way. When you click on week 1, this window changes according to what's under that week. And so let me show you. Each week is pretty much organized the same way. Basically, an overview, any of the readings, any of the discussions, and then any assignment for the week. And just so that you know, each week of the semester is relatively the same. You have reading to do, you have discussion forums to engage in, and you have a written assignment, which is called the Superhero Dossier, which you'll need to complete. Every week is exactly the same. Readings, 2 discussion questions, 1 part of that dossier, so it's not confusing. At the very top is always the weekly overview. It's not a long document, but when you click on it, it takes you to a page which explains what it is that we're going to do this week. And I tend to divide the overview up into 3 sections. You have readings, it tells you what to read, it tells you that there's a discussion, and it tells you what the assignment is. I tend to also send something like this out at the beginning of each new week, just as a way of double checking what's happening. But when we click to go back, the week 1 overview is there. This week, the readings will be below. Actually, for week 1, there are 2 readings. The first reading is going to be a Myths and Human Culture reading, which will again open up in a Google Doc, and you'll be able to read this online or print it out, depending on how you want to do it. There will be another reading as well in week 1. It'll be right in this section here. I am completing the editing of a PDF. And so it will be in that action. So in that area. So the overview, the readings in this area, and then there are 2 discussions for the week. D1.1 means discussion 1.1, week 1, discussion 1, and then week 1, discussion 2 down here. And you can see the questions and everything right there. And you can also access these same questions by going to the discussion area, which I'll show you in a second. But just so that you can see, when you click on this link for D1.1, it will take you to that question, that specific question in the discussion area. But I'm going to go back. And then the assignment is at the bottom. The week 1 assignment is the Superhero Dossier, part 1. When you click on it, it takes you to the document that describes everything you need to do for this assignment. Pretty straightforward. If you wish to download it, you just click on this right here, and you'll be able to download it onto your computer. And then you go back. Okay. That's where everything is located. It's pretty simple and pretty straightforward. I will always send you an email at the beginning of each week summarizing what it is you'll need to do. I also kind of summarize what it is that happened the week before, if there's anything that I want to bring up. But remember that every single week is set up with the overview, the readings in this section, the discussions here, and the assignment, which is a 6-part assignment called the Superhero Dossier, which will be at the bottom. And that's basically how it works. This is where you go all the time to find every piece of material that you need for each week of the 6-week semester.